Hey everyone, welcome back to another video in this section about finding customers. And in this video, we'll be talking about creating a user persona for your business. So if you remember in the last video, we talked about customer base and dividing your customers into different groups. But in this video, we're going to be talking about the exact type of customer who will buy from your business through a user persona. So let's get into this video. So what exactly is a user persona? A user persona is a sort of semi-fictional character that's supposed to represent a typical customer at your business. While the user persona is completely fake, it'll help a business gain more clarity about their average customer, which can lead to better and more effective marketing. And think of user persona as very similar to someone's LinkedIn profile, where it contains information about their age, location, biography, tastes and preferences, and where they usually shop at. Next up, I'm going to cover the 5 main ways to determine the user persona of your specific business or any company in general. And these 5 steps can also be really helpful in narrowing down a customer base into smaller subsets. So the first step to identify your user persona is to determine how customers view your business. For this step, it's really important to look at a customer's point of view and see how they view the market or your business specifically. Some strategies to try to complete this step can be answering questions like, what does your business do for customers? Are you providing a service or selling a product to improve their lives? How does your business help your customers? If you're selling a good or service, then what does that good or service do to help customers? And then the last question is, what does your business do to help customers? And that's similar to the other 2 questions. And once you're able to answer these questions, hopefully you'll start getting into the mindset of your customers and you'll be able to start narrowing down your customer base. The second step to identify user persona is asking what your customers want. This means looking at market research, both primary and secondary, and seeing what your customers value and what they might want from your business. If you remember a couple of videos ago, we talked about a unique value proposition, which separates a company from its competitors. So a value proposition would fit in easily with this strategy. A couple questions that can be used to guide you through this step are, what about your business is most important to customers? And that's likely your unique value proposition or something else that makes you different than your other competitors. Another question is, why should a customer buy from your business instead of the competition? And the last question is, what is the biggest problem your business solves? And the answer to the last question will help you understand the needs of your customers and what problems they're currently facing. Moving on, the third step to continue narrowing down the customer base is looking at your customers' purchasing behavior. This can be important in learning about how or when a customer will shop at a business. And the main way to gather this information would be through primary market research, like interviews, focus groups, and surveys. Some questions you can ask to begin narrowing down your user persona are, how and when does a customer buy from your business? And the answer to this question will be useful in determining distribution and marketing channels. Another question is, how will a customer decide if they should use your business? Which basically means, what do they need you to do to convince customers currently buying from your competitors to start purchasing from you? You can also ask, how often do you expect a customer to buy your product to learn about their current shopping patterns? And the last question is, does your customer buy similar products? And that will be really helpful in evaluating your competition and making future business decisions. And with the last 2 steps, we're going to focus mainly on narrowing down your customer base into 1 or 2 specific user personas. So one way this can be done is with location and determining where exactly your customers are located. So you can research the answers to questions like, where is your customer located? Where does the customer work? And where will they buy your product? And hopefully these questions will help you get closer to creating a user persona and maybe even deciding how you want to distribute your product or where you want your business to be located. The last step in determining a user persona is narrowing down a customer base even more. That can be done by finding the perfectly ideal customer who you'd want to buy from your business and who you'd direct your marketing and selling efforts towards. To narrow down your user persona, you can ask questions about your potential customer, like what's their age, gender, education level, occupation, and current financial situation. Once you finish answering these questions and go through all these steps, hopefully found a near perfect customer or the very best possible customer to buy from your business. Once you're ready to create the actual user persona, make sure that it follows at least 3 main criteria. The first is the description, where you describe who is your user persona, what's their background, where they're from, where they live, and all that important background information. The second criteria is that it describes their goals, like how your business will improve their lives, why they need to buy from your business, or what problem they currently have that they'd like to solve. And the last criteria are barriers to achieving goals. And that's simply what's stopping your user persona from shopping at your business. And in this slide, we have an example of a user persona with a made up name. On the left, you can see personal information like an age, traits, and a biography. There's also a small goal section that explains what the persona hopes to accomplish. And lastly, there's a frustration section that explains why they're not currently shopping or buying from your business. So hopefully this video helped you learn more about how you can create a user persona for a business. And that also marks the end to this section about finding customers. In the next section, we'll be moving on to evaluating business risks and evaluating feasibility. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you soon.